Welcome to the Nog Vlog. My name is Lance and I'm going to take you on a guided tour of the Carnival Breeze. We're going to go deck by deck and show you everything this ship has to offer. If you haven't already, subscribe to the Nog Vlog, hit the like button if you find this video informative, and let us know in the comments when you're sailing on the Breeze and what you're most excited about. So we'll begin our tour with the Serenity Adult Only Retreat. You'll find that up on deck 15 in the forward part of the ship. Quick housekeeping on how we like to present our ship tours. That map at the bottom left will change as we move across the ship, and the navigation icon will move in real time with exactly where we are located in the ship tour. So you can see plenty of lounging options up here on the Serenity deck, which again is only for adults 21 and over. You see here a whirlpool. It's one of two whirlpools here on the Serenity deck. Lots of clam shells as well, facing out to the ocean. The Serenity area has its own bar as well with its own menu. Be sure to check that out. And here you could see an entrance down into what will be the spa area down this spiral staircase. And you can see we've got a beautiful sea day out in front of us here on the Gulf of Mexico. So you can see Serenity is fairly symmetrical outside of the bar on the starboard side. Here on the port side, you've got the additional spa, you've got the clamshells, loungers, lots of space to relax and unwind. So these stairs will take you down to deck 14. We're not going to go down just yet. Take a look at the two water slides. You got the yellow twister slide and the orange drain pipe. The drain pipe actually comes out to a big bowl at the end. Quite fun. The stairs up to the slide entrance is located right here outside of Serenity. You can also enter the splash zone, which we'll see more of in just a little bit through this upper level. Spoiler alert, if you like to hunt down the ship coins on all of the Carnival ships, here is the one for the Carnival Breeze. You can see here you do have to be 42 inches tall for both of the water slides. We're going to swing back around to just inside the port side entrance of Serenity and take the stairs down here to show you deck 14 for the first time. So at the bottom of the stairs lands you in the Cloud9 Spa Salon area. We're going to show you this in just a minute. However, the true entrance to the Cloud9 Spa is one deck below us on deck 12. There is no deck 13 on cruise ships. So through these doors is not the true entrance to the spa. We're going to see that when we do the tour of deck 12 in a moment. But because we're going deck by deck, we're going to swing to the back part of deck 14, which you can access through the stairs in the back of the spa from deck 12, the normal entrance. And on deck 14 in the back, the first thing you'll encounter is the Tepidarium. Now, this area is part of the thermal suites that you have access to if you book a spa room or if you pay for the thermal pass. The Tepidarium contains these heated loungers as well as an aroma steam room. This here is what they call the dry sauna, and then further back through that last door is what they call the Oriental steam room. Just forward of the Tepidarium is the thalassotherapy pool. This is a rejuvenating pool, not a hot tub. I believe they mentioned that 20 minutes soaking in here can equate to an hour's worth of sleep. Now, all of this area is open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. on every single day on your cruise. So now we've come full circle to that salon area I mentioned. The beauty salon is where you'll get all your hair and nail treatments. Take a quick peek inside here. And for the gentlemen on board, they do have a barber to provide hairstyling, trims, and shaves. And we'll conclude deck 14 with a quick peek inside one of the VIP massage rooms. You can see some of the modalities that they offer, such as hot stone, bamboo massages, and so forth. Down on deck 12, I mentioned, here's the real entrance to Cloud9. So this is where you would enter to visit the main spa desk if you were booking a treatment. However, if you were just looking to visit the fitness center, you could have access to that down this hallway on the right. You can see they got the fitness studio. Of course, they always have towels available for you. Follow me as we go through and see all the equipment and machines the fitness center has to offer. So you can see the ladies and men's locker room are just outside the fitness center. There's an elevator to help take you up and down from the different levels of the spa. But since we've already seen deck 14, we're going to continue on here on deck 12 and check out the Carnival Waterworks area that we saw earlier. So this splash area might be fun for those kids that just can't quite beat the height requirement of the water slides. As we loop around to see more of it, you could peek down into the Lido area. Now that's deck 10, so we still have a bit before we're going to go down there. Here's more of the splash zone with a giant bucket of water splashing everyone, keeping them cool on a hot day. Of course, if you loop around this way, you'll meet back at the forward elevators of deck 12 where we started. You can see the Seaside Theater here, which will normally play a movie in the evenings. During deck parties, they've got live camera feeds going on, and usually there's always something informative on the screen. Some sporting events are played on there as well, so keep an eye out on your itinerary on your Carnival Hub app to see exactly what's going to be displayed there. So now we are walking around the jogging track. This will loop from the midsection of deck 12 all the way to the aft and back around. You can see a pull-up bar. This is one of the many Sky fitness stations they have peppered around this area. I'll point those out as we go along. Here we've got some stairs up to the entrance of Ropes Course. It's also where the last few holes of the miniature golf course are. We'll go up there and take a peek. In theory, this is deck 14, but we're going to call it deck 12 since it's just this little section here. Now the Ropes Course. Reminder, if you're heading up there to do it, you need closed-toed shoes and you need a shirt with sleeves. You also need to be dry. You can't be wet coming from a pool or a water slide. We'll swing back down and go right back to the stairs that we just went up. You'll see that ropes course that loops around. Nothing too terribly difficult, nor too high off the ground. You see this area's got table tennis, billiards, cornhole, foosball, lots of things to keep both kids and grown-ups entertained. We'll scoot on down the jogging track and encounter the sports court. This is typically always going to be basketball going on. Sometimes I see soccer and volleyball on the schedule. Dodgeball tournament is one thing I keep seeing more and more on these itineraries. Got to check that out, although I did not participate. Here you'll see the Sky Fitness Center. Here on the back side of the ship, lots of machines using your body weight to create that resistance. These stairs will take you down to deck 11. We'll see that in a moment. Beautiful view of the pool down on deck 10 in the aft and the wake of the ship. Always love this area of the ship. These stairs will take you down to deck 11, just like the other side. More Sky Fitness areas on this side. Very symmetrical to the opposite side. Let's go ahead and scoot on forward and finish off deck 12. Friendly reminder, let us know in the comments if you have any questions about this ship. Let us know when you're sailing, what you're most excited about. We love for their comment section of this video to turn into a huge community of past and future cruisers for the Carnival Breeze, sharing their thoughts, sharing their excitement about the ship. Hey, blue shirt. I'm not sure that's the best way to approach that hole, but hey, play your own game. You can see over here where you get the clubs and balls to play miniature golf. And now we've looped fully around the jogging track. 7 laps on this jogging track equal 1 mile. So you could use that for reference if you're using this area for an early morning workout. So down to deck 11, and before we go through the main common areas, I'm going to show you first of many of what they call the secret decks here on the Carnival Breeze. What this is an area just beyond the stateroom area in the forward part of the ship on deck 11 that has this large open area for you just to go out and enjoy the front view of the ship. A lot of people just tend to always go towards the larger known public areas, leaving this area relatively empty for most parts of the cruise. So it's a great area to go out and get a great view of maybe leaving port, pulling into a port, or even just in the open sea, getting that fresh air that hits you straight on your face. Now that we've seen that, we'll go ahead and take a look at the more common areas of deck 11. Starting with the forward elevators, we'll walk past the atrium, which is so beautiful on this ship, the Carnival Breeze. You can see this goes all the way down to deck 3. Above you, you have a nice open skylight just under that splash bucket that we saw earlier. So through the sliding doors on either side will take you to this shaded area just above the Lido deck down below. So you've got some table tennis over here on the port side. So stairs down to Lido, stairs up to deck 12, and through those doors is Camp Ocean. After we loop around the aft part of the ship, we'll take a look at Camp Ocean. We've got men's restrooms here on the port side and a shower to rinse off. You can see this roped off area here is for crew so they can have some outdoor time when they are on break. And through these windows is the restaurant Cucina del Capitano. More on that in just a second. These stairs take you back up to deck 12. These stairs will take you down to deck 10. Here's that Tides pool we saw just a little bit earlier. We're getting a little bit closer to checking that out. Not quite yet. We'll head through these doors. You'll encounter the aft elevator bank and stairwell. And you'll also find the entrance to Cucina del Capitano. Now, this is a paid restaurant in the evenings with the additional Italian fare menu. During lunch, it's open as a complimentary create your own pasta restaurant. As we loop around to the starboard aft side of deck 12, we'll encounter one of the few smoking areas on the ship. You won't find me here, so we'll quickly move through here to where we can breathe fresh air again. And let's look at Cucina del Capitano before we do. These windows are part of Camp Ocean. As I mentioned, we'll peek around inside there in just a moment. Just like the port side of the ship, the aft side here has a shower, has the women's restroom, and the accessible bathroom as well. Rounding the corner, the last thing we'll see before we head inside is the bandstand. Here's where you can find the live music being played and most often the DJ setting up for deck parties. As we pass the midship elevator bank and stairwell, you'll see the entrance to Camp Ocean where you could drop off your kids all the way up through age 11. Conveniently located next door to some stairs up to the sports square. We'll conclude things off here on deck 11, swinging around this starboard side. This is one of the other smoking areas. So keep in mind, if you're trying to stay on deck 11 forward for the convenience of being able to drop off and pick up your kids over at Camp Ocean, you want to maybe stay on the other side or walk on the other side, the port side of the ship, avoiding having to walk through that smoking area. So we'll peek down to deck 10 and get one last preview before we actually head down and do the tour of the Lido deck. Now this deck does also have one of those secret decks in the forward area, so we'll start there and show you what it looks like. Now you'll notice some windows over here. These are actual cabins. These are actually interior staterooms with an obstructed window view. You can search for them under the interior cabin category when trying to book your stateroom. And they'll be a little bit more expensive than an interior cabin, but they'll be much cheaper than a ocean view room or even a balcony room. And you kind of have your own balcony all to yourself, just a few steps away from your door. Something to consider if you're ever searching for a room and want to try to maximize your value. So back to the forward elevators of deck 10. We'll circle this around the atrium once again. Once you get outside, you'll encounter the beach pool, which is the main pool here in the center of the Lido deck. So here on the port side of the ship, again, we're doing this tour front to back. So this is the port side of the ship. You see the Blue Iguana Tequila Bar, not yet open here on this sea day. It's mid-morning. It'll open up here just in an hour or two. And oh, hey, kid with a mullet alert. The Red Frog Rum Bar across the way, we'll encounter that as we loop around. That one's open typically longer hours, no matter what day it is, than the Blue Iguana Tequila Bar. Lots of seating areas for the Lido area, included some in the shade in a cabana style area. We'll encounter the Blue Iguana Cantina restaurant. Now this is open for breakfast and for lunch. They've got burritos, tacos, taco salads, and a huge salsa bar to add the perfect amount of spice to whatever you decide to get. So we're going to enter the buffet area next. This is called the Lido Marketplace. Right near the exit on either side is a swirls station. This is where you can get your frozen yogurt and soft serve ice cream, if it's working. Right here, this line of people are waiting for the omelet station here during the breakfast portion of the Lido Marketplace. During lunchtime, this turns into what's called the Mongolian Wok, which is a custom stir fry, very popular. The Lido Marketplace will have all the rest of the food options available both in the mid section and in the aft section. Usually it's the same, but go ahead and try both sides just in case one side has something that you may have missed from the other. You'll see another omelet station. This turns into the deli during lunch and dinner times. This area here has pastries in the morning, but it's the sweet spot, which come lunch and dinner time will include cakes, crumbles, cookies, all the dessert options. We'll go ahead and swing back around the path we've been taking. This will take us out to the Tides pool area, and the first thing we encounter is the Pizza Pirate. You also see the Tides bar to get your drink or cocktail up back here. Pizza Pirates usually open till about 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning. The times keep changing a little bit as they work to figure out the best staffing model on these ships. So lots of places to sit out here, enjoy coffee or your pizza, anything you grab from the Lido. You can sit outside here, enjoy. Stairs will take you back up to deck 11. Lots of loungers out here to enjoy this back part of the ship. You can see 2 whirlpools and the Tides pool. Go ahead and take a look at the wake of the ship. Always love this spot. Always got to check it out on our ship tours. Just beautiful here in the Gulf of Mexico. As we make our way forward on the starboard side of the ship, you'll see these stairs take you back up to deck 11. This area here will take you to the aft elevator bank and stairwell. There's some restrooms here. And this is the Seafood Shack. Love to get a pair of lobster rolls. This is an additional cost restaurant, but a lot of people really love a lot of the things here on this menu. We'll go back through this sliding door back into the Lido marketplace. Again, pretty much symmetrical to the side that we came down. But I want to show you a set of stairs that do take you up to Cucina del Capitano on deck 11. And you can see here where they were serving omelets here at breakfast. This does become the complimentary deli for lunch and dinner. They do have some automatic beer serving stations. So if there's a line at the bar, you could go ahead and serve your own beer with a swipe of your Sail and Sign card. And just like the side we entered on, you could see the swirl station right before you exit to the beach pool area. Now this is definitely a popular spot. This is Guy's Burger Joint. You can grab a delicious cheeseburger, very popular. You've got the men's and women's restroom up along this area here. Of course, you see the toppings bar for your burger. You jazz it up with different toppings. Some comfy seating here in the middle section. You've got the towel station to grab a towel in case you didn't bring one of the ones provided to you in your stateroom. You can just make sure you return it so you're not charged $22 at the end of your cruise. And last, we encounter the Red Frog Rum Bar. And again, this bar is typically the one that's open on the Lido deck for the longest period of time. And it's got some of my favorite drinks on the ship. This will take us back to where we started at the atrium and the forward elevator shaft and stairwell. We're going to go ahead and head down to deck 9. Deck 9 is all staterooms. However, there is a forward section on this ship, a secret deck, so to speak. And this one's a little bit unique because it sits atop the bridge on deck 8. Now, the bridge is where the captain and his crew navigate the ship. But what that means is the side sections on both sides of the ship stick out just a little bit further than the other secret decks. And this provides an interesting vantage point, whether you're at sea or whether you're in port. It allows you to peek out over the side of the ship. You can see down to deck 5, the lanai, which is a outside walking area that we'll encounter shortly. Again, just a unique view. But let's go ahead and head down to deck 5. We'll view the inside area and then the outside area, the lanai that you see over here through these doors. There are numerous venues all across deck 5. We'll start in the forward section here on the inside, and that's the Ovation Theater. Now, this actually comprises 3 decks, 5, 4, and 3 down below. Here's a view from the port side. We'll scoot on over, take a view of the starboard side, and that's where we'll continue the rest of our tour. You can see this shot from down below on deck 3 of one of the playlist productions. There's really a lot of great spots to be able to catch the show. There's a few that have some bad vantage points, but for the most part, it's pretty good. Restrooms on both sides here on deck 5, men on the starboard side, women on the port. We'll take a quick right. This will lead us to the forward elevator bank and stairwell. And we'll meet back where we started just a while ago. Again, we're going to tour everything here on the inside of the ship and then head out to the outside area of deck 5. So the first fun shop we encounter here on deck 5 is the Portside Liquor and Tobacco Shop. And yes, it is on the port side of the ship, so great job, Carnival. Now, any liquor you purchase here does get delivered to your stateroom on the final night of the sailing. You can't consume it while on board the ship. All of these fun shops flow into one another. This is the Seabreeze Beauty and Fragrance Store. We'll head right outside, check out the atrium view. You can see the elevator bank that takes you up and down. This here is one of the Sail Inside terminals that allow you to check your balance. You can add cash to your account. You can add gift cards to your account. The next store is the Island Trader store, which has all of your Carnival souvenirs and logo gear. They do have some sundries there as well. So as we waddle around the store, I want to take this time to just ask you kindly hit the like button below if you find this video informative. It really helps our channel out. And hey, if for some reason you're still watching this video but you dislike it, you're welcome to hit the thumbs down button, but just hit it twice just to make sure it goes through. We'll swing around, take a look at the elevator bank once more. We'll check out the shops on the other side. This is going to be your more higher end gear. Of course, conveniently, they've got an ATM in case you want to get some cash. Looping around, favorite spot for families and kids is the Cherry on Top candy store. Lots of treats inside here. Take a peek at the spiral staircase that takes you down to deck 4. We are nowhere close to being done with deck 5. We're going to take a quick tour of the Winner's Luck Casino on this ship. Plenty of slot machines available all across this area. This is a smoking casino. You do have to be seated at a machine or at a table game to be smoking. You cannot smoke at the casino bar, which we'll see in a second. You can see craps here, currently at a $5 minimum. You got 3-card Prime, one of my favorite games to play. Very simple, very easy. You've got 3 to 2 blackjack on this ship. You do have to pay a higher minimum for that at $25. That's the way to go if you've got the bankroll. You've got some different table poker games. Fun 21, which is a variation of their blackjack. And their standard lower cost blackjack only pays 6 to 5 with a $6 minimum. You got some additional blackjack tables here. You've got 2 roulette tables, always very popular. The casino cage is located back here as well. As you take a look at the casino bar and the midship elevators and stairwell, pro tip, do not wait till the last night to cash out your chips. The line will get incredibly long and take up a lot of your time. Try to get those out earlier in the day if you can. So as we peruse a few of the other table games, you see some more poker, some more 3-card Prime. You see some blackjack and Let It Ride, another one of my favorites. And you notice as you take a look at some of these placards, some of them say smoking permitted, some of them say non-smoking. So just keep that in mind. They do have a variation here, but the whole casino itself is a smoking casino. You're going to smell it no matter where you are. There is a non-smoking casino down on deck 4, but we'll check that out shortly as we finish up deck 5. Everyone's favorite, the cash grab machine, as well as the Las Vegas coin pusher machine are available on this ship. We'll continue on deck 5, past the casino and into Ocean Plaza. First thing you'll encounter here is the Pixels photo gallery. In addition to the Hub app on your phone, you could use these terminals to view and purchase photos from your sailing. This opening here leads you to the midship elevator and stairs that we saw a while ago from the casino side. And this Ocean Plaza area here has tons of seating. There's a restaurant right outside we'll get to in just a moment. Directly in front of us is the Plaza Cafe, which is going to be your coffee shop. They also have an assortment of bakery items and treats. The center of Ocean Plaza has a stage for performers to entertain you, as well as the Fun Squad to conduct their trivia. There's a small food bar here that sometimes has breakfast items in the morning in case you don't want to go all the way up to the Lido area. Of course, in Ocean Plaza is the famous Alchemy Bar. Be sure to check out our video where we try every single cocktail on their menu, see if there's something that interests you there. Behind Alchemy Bar is a back entrance into the Red Frog Pub. We'll show that here in a moment, but we'll swing around and check out the rest of Ocean Plaza. We won't go outside just yet. We're saving that for the very end of Deck 5. So right outside these doors, you see more seating area on the outside where you can sit and enjoy a drink or something to eat. Of course, you might be getting a coffee from the Plaza Cafe to enjoy out there, or you might be getting some food on a port day from Guy's Pig and Anchor Barbecue. Now that's officially on the outside on Deck 5 on the Lanai, so we're not going to show you that just yet. When we go outside and tour the wraparound deck area called the Lanai, we'll take a peek at that. This monitor will show you where you currently are in your travels. Further down past Ocean Plaza, you encounter Bonsai Sushi Restaurant. You notice there is a set of stairs that takes you down to Deck 4. We'll see that in just a moment. Highly recommend Bonsai Sushi. It is additional cost restaurant, but the food is great and the cost is very, very reasonable. Lots of great options on that menu there. Give it a try. Next up is the Red Frog Pub. We alluded to it a while ago. There's a back entrance from the Ocean Plaza side, but this is the main entrance. Love the Red Frog Pub. You get half-price fish bowls on Port Day in Cozumel here on the Breeze. So make sure you check out our video on us taking that fish bowl challenge. There's entertainment at night. Kids can hang out here. It's just a great, fun atmosphere. You can sit outside as well. In the back, they've got that small shuffleboard table, foosball table, and that'll take you all the way back to the Ocean Plaza. We'll go back to the main entrance and head back out to the main promenade here on Deck 5 and head further back in the ship. The next venue up is the Liquid Nightclub. Now here early in the morning, it's currently set up for an art auction. At night, when the DJ performs and turns into a dance club, you do have to be 18 or older. Traveling with our daughter, we don't get to enjoy this venue too much, but it is very popular in the late hours of the night. So we've come to a fork in the road. We're actually going to backtrack to this area in just a moment. We'll take a left first and check out the Piano Bar 88, which is exactly what it sounds. A piano bar. Rather than go through this area, we'll swing back to that fork in the road just so you can see what the normal progression of traffic is supposed to be. It's kind of confusing back here. Got some restrooms, and this is the aft elevator bank and stairwell. And this leads you back to the final two venues on Deck 5, the Limelight Lounge we'll check out in a moment. First, though, is the Fahrenheit 555 Steakhouse. Now, we had not yet eaten at the steakhouse on any Carnival ship before, but on this sailing, we finally indulged ourselves. Be sure to check out our video where we try some of the menu items here. After trying it once, we can't wait to go back. There is a bar located in the steakhouse. You don't have to have reservations for the steakhouse to sit at this bar. They've got a different menu of cocktails. Be sure to check that out as well. We'll check out the Limelight Lounge here in just a second. You've got the Piano Bar 88 that we just saw here to our left. The Limelight Lounge is currently hosting karaoke, very popular on these Carnival cruise ships, so we won't do a full tour of this area. But this also turns into the comedy club in the evenings, where comedians will come and do both PG and R-rated performances. So that's it for deck 5 on the inside. We're going to head back to the front of the ship, go outside to the outer deck called the lanai, and circle around deck 5, show you everything the outside has to offer. When you first head out these doors and try to head forward on the ship, they're actually blocked off. This wasn't always the case. You could actually make a full lap around this. But ever since the restart from COVID, they've blocked this section off and kept it for crew only. Perfectly fine with that. Give them an area to go ahead and relax in outside of the smaller confines of the inside of the ship. Lots of loungers here on deck 5. If you can't find anything up on Lido, be sure to head down here to deck 5. Here we encounter the first of 4 whirlpools that are on deck 5. These are saltwater whirlpools, just like the pools and spas up on the Lido deck. So conveniently, they do provide a freshwater shower in case you want to rinse off. I mentioned you used to be able to walk all the way around, then they had the conversion here for a lap. Again, you need to do 2.5 laps to get to 1 mile. But unfortunately, you can't walk all the way around anymore. They do have towels available for you in case you need those for drying off from the whirlpool or from your shower or just from sunbathing. This area here is where we saw earlier. It does connect to Ocean Plaza. Lots of seating available for you to enjoy your lunch from Bonsai Sushi or from Guy's Pig and Anchor. Guy's Pig and Anchor is open on port days for lunch from I think noon to 2:30. Full menu of barbecue meats and sides, very delicious, all included with your cruise fare. We see the second whirlpool on the backside and an entrance into the promenade of deck 5. These doors are a little bit hard to open sometimes, so just be prepared. And we would normally walk around here, but it looks like they're doing some cleaning. So we're going to swing all the way back around and meet up where we can to the very aft of the ship. Pardon the detour, but hey, we'll use this opportunity to check out that beautiful wake of the ship one last time. So these windows that you see here are the inside windows of the very back of the Limelight Lounge. We've got some aft-facing balcony staterooms above us. These doors here only enter into a crew stairwell here on the back of the ship. Don't try to enter here trying to sneak into the Limelight Lounge when they close off the comedy club for capacity purposes. Not that I've ever tried to do that, of course. We've got the first spa here on this back side. You can see a back entrance into the Liquid nightclub. We'll snake around these wind partitions and you'll see the entrance into the Red Frog pub that we saw earlier. Seating outside includes this large picnic table / swing, always a favorite of our daughters. Just like the opposite side, you've got seating area for Ocean Plaza. More towels for this side of the ship. You can see the loungers on one side of the ship will always have sun and the other side will always have shade. This section here does allow smoking, so it's one of the other few areas that you can smoke on the ship. You can play a large game of checkers here on both sides of the ship. Inside the nearby bench will be all the pieces that you need. So we've reached the front part of the ship here on the port side, and you can see it's blocked off just like the other side. So that's it for deck 5. We'll head inside, get cooled off, and head down to deck 4. So the bulk of the area that surrounds the atrium on deck 4 forward is the Pixels Photo Gallery. This is the larger area where you could view and purchase your photos from the sailing. We'll peek over the railing and check out the atrium. You can see people dancing and enjoying the entertainment that rotates on the stage that's part of the spiral staircase. The back part of the Pixels gallery here is the Dreams Studio. This is where you can have an additional cost photo session with a professional photographer catered to you and your family. There is an entrance into one of the two dining restaurants here on deck 4. The middle ship dining room is called the Sapphire Restaurant. We'll take a peek in there in just a second. Just before you get there, you have what's called the Library Bar. Not really a bar per se, but this is a nice quiet area to enjoy reading a book, playing games with fellow cruisers. And again, it's located on both sides. Historically, you could get a glass of wine in here, but I don't believe they really do that anymore. Sorry to disturb y'all. Don't give me that death stare. I'm just doing a ship tour. So head into the Sapphire Dining Room. This is going to be the upper level of the Sapphire Dining Room. On our sailing, this was used for patrons with your time dining. That's when you get to decide on the Hub app when you want to check in for your dinner, usually between 5:30 and 9:30 on your sailing. You could pick the time that's most convenient for you and your party. So heading back, you can see more of the Pixels gallery, and you can see where you can enter the Ovation Theater from the starboard side of the ship. We'll head down this corridor on deck 4. You can see the outer area here is closed. This is where you would go to the lifeboats should you ever have an emergency. You can see some glass doors that enter into the Sapphire Dining Room. This area is called the Gallery on the Way, where you can see some of the art that is always for sale on the ship. We'll take a quick stroll over and check out the midship elevator and stairwell. Also a back exit from the Sapphire Dining Room. We'll continue along this promenade. You can see the newly built non-smoking casino, which does include a bar. And quickly, I'll show you this stairway. It does lead you up to deck 5. We alluded to it earlier. It takes you out right beside Bonsai Sushi. Further down this corridor, you'll see one of two kids clubs. This is Circle C for ages 12 to 14. And right next door is Club O2 for ages 15 to 17. At the very back of the ship is the second main dining room called the Blush Dining Room, and it is of course 2 levels as well. Here you've got a back exit of Club O2. You've got the stairs and elevators for the aft section of the ship, and the Blush Restaurant again would be your set time dining, either 6 p.m. or 8:15 p.m. We also have tea time available on one of the sea days, so check your Hub app. It is not in the what's happening section. It's going to be in the food and drinks section to see when tea time is for your sailing. The last bit of deck 4 is the Warehouse Arcade. Tight fit to get in, but tons of games here to enjoy for both kids and adults alike. We'll head down to deck 3, and instead of going all the way back to the forward section of the ship, since we're already back here, we'll take a look at the Blush Dining Room from the vantage point of deck 3. We'll walk in and take a look at how beautiful it is in here. It is quite a beautiful restaurant. So now we'll swing back forward to the front part of the ship. We'll take that spiral staircase down from deck 4 down to deck 3. You'll see the entrance to the Sapphire Dining Room for deck 3. We've already visited that, so we won't go in and disturb them there. As we continue along, you'll see this section of doors behind these curtains are where you'll actually enter the ship. You've got additional Dream Studio area over here, and that's right next to guest services. Be sure to take advantage of these self-service stations for your Sail Inside account. You might be able to avoid the line at guest services if you're just checking your account or adding cash or gift card to your balance. Take a quick peek inside the Ovation Theater. It looks like they've got some rehearsals going on, so we can't go in too deep. You'll use these stairways to continue down further to Deck 0, where you'll exit for your ports if they are pulling up to a pier. You've got some restrooms for the Ovation Theater. These restrooms are the only ones really close by, so keep in mind when a show concludes, they can get very busy. You might want to avoid this area and maybe conduct your business elsewhere. The Carnival Adventures desk is where you could book your shore excursion or tweak one that you might already have booked. You've got some additional seating down here. The Fun Hub station, you could check into your flight, print out the boarding pass, or purchase one or multiple days of one of the internet packages. You see they're setting up for some photo shoots later today. As we circle around into the Breeze lobby, you can see the final bar of the ship, the Atrium Bar. I hope you learned something today with this ship tour. If you did, please smash the like button. It really helps our channel. Subscribe for more videos. We've been on the Breeze twice. We've got tons of content to share with you. Let us know in the comments if you have any questions. Let us know when you're sailing on the Breeze. We'd love to hear from you. And thanks for coming to take a trip with us.